Dude, doesn't that rip?
You're an idiot.
No, you're an idiot.
Welcome back, sick and healthy people. If you're not on the Patreon, please kill yourself. It's the You're an Idiot podcast. I'm Alex Drago with my fat co-host, Jeffrey Osmond.
See, now he's cooking. It only took 143 episodes. He learned how to promote the Patreon.
I'm doing it.
He finally got it. There we go.
That's
If you're not
how
on the
we do
Patreon, folks, you're missing out. This is the tip of the iceberg. This is what the captain of the Titanic saw. And then the Patreon's what the people drowning saw.
The Patreon is the real deal stuff.
Yeah,
we really get it cooking on the Patreon.
We're going to give you some real stuff today on the regular one because we're going to talk Tony Hinchcliffe, folks. We're going to talk the election. This is our last one coming out before the election. Yeah, so we got to wrap up our last thought. Or, I mean, we probably won't know, but the election day at least. Yeah.
Yes.
This is going to come out the day before the election, I guess. So,
this is the last thing we talk about.
This could be the last.
Wait, when's the election again?
God, how do you not know?
I feel like it's next Tuesday.
It's a week from today.
The election's next Tuesday?
What are you talking about?
I've been watching the Dodgers. Watching the Dodgers get busy on the mound.
Why didn't you vote? I was watching Shohei Ohtani.
Ohtani's I have a weird man crush on him.
He's very ugly.
No,
I don't find him. He's like tall and muscular, but
he looks like a big, you see like those cute little Asian babies on TikTok.
You're gonna compare him to a cute little Asian.
A big one of those.
Oh, so he's cute. Okay,
yeah.
you want to pull his cheeks.
I want to pull his cheeks, and I want him to top me.
You want to pull on both his cheeks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you want to clap them. You want to clap those cheeks.
Yeah, I want to pull his cheeks in and clap mine.
Okay, yeah. Didn't you say you watched anime porn?
I have.
Yeah, so this is making a little more sense.
Yeah.
Maybe Asian. I never see you with an Asian girl.
It was the year of the tiger for me.
Yeah, this could be the year of the tiger, mom. You date an old Asian woman? God, that would be awesome. A 40-year-old Asian lady.
Yeah, I've just been chilling in the house. So what's your thoughts on Hinchcliffe, man?
Oh, yeah, wow. I didn't want to go into it like that. Let's start with something a little less heavy and then we'll get into it.
A little less heavy?
Yeah, I want to talk about this is where you get your 20-minute spiel about your life up top.
Okay.
Yeah. How you doing medically? How you feeling health wise? I've been worried sick about you.
You've been worried.
I could barely sleep on the road.
I think going on the road did not help me. Spending 8 hours there and back on a mega bus was not.
Where did you take a mega? Oh, to DC. Oh, you did go to DC this weekend. Yeah, you didn't promote the person who's headlining shows until the last minute, I noticed.
Yeah. I mean, I think she only posted twice about it.
No, yeah, but you didn't either. Yeah, it's interesting. You haven't put in the legwork, folks.
I haven't done anything.
You can't just say I'm sick and I couldn't post a story on Instagram. He did on a fantasy football league last week. You're like, didn't start a running back. You're like, sorry, I was sick. You had to click one button while you're in bed.
I just wasn't. I mean, when I was sick, like I was more sick. He's a couple weeks ago.
He's been milking this for 3 weeks now.
What happened was my symptoms improved slightly, a little bit. But not enough, so we went to the antibiotics, folks.
You did go to how many days have you been on the antibiotics?
Less than 24 hours. Was it the
same?
Now.
Oh, so this is your first day. This is the same. You went to that hot Indian doctor, probably gay.
He prescribed them when I was at the last visit, my only visit.
Oh, you just didn't get them for a week?
Yeah, he just said if you don't feel like if you don't recover in a week, wait.
As a couple people noted in the Patreon as well, just because the man had painted toenails doesn't mean fingernails doesn't mean he's gay.
He's gay.
That's kind of in now. Harry Styles has painted fingernails and he gets more pussy than anyone in the world.
These were like in a gay way. It was like,
how can you tell? Because if you didn't know Harry Styles was a rock star, you'd probably think he was gay.
I don't know that.
But they paints his fingernails the same way. It's interesting how you could tell.
I would bet like pretty much anything.
Okay,
that this guy was gay. But
he'll probably be like, "Yeah, Alex, you got to come back. One of your balls, I didn't get a good feel of. I think there was a lump there.
Yeah, it wasn't round enough.
Yeah, I would love that.
So yeah, the problem was. I had one night of night sweats. That kind of worried me for a sec.
Like you were waking up in the middle of the night drenched in sweat, like you couldn't sleep?
That supposedly means that the cold or
that's when it's breaking.
It's breaking?
Yeah.
Not for me.
No, I mean, I can't talk about this. You sad sack.
So
It's
here's
just always something.
a couple things about DC.
He was in DC at the Comedy Loft, was it?
with Laura Peak. Dude, that club is awesome.
It is really good. It's a
sick
good club.
And it's also
in this weird haunted hotel, kind of.
Yeah.
Did you stay in that hotel?
Huh? No.
Oh, yeah. They put me in a different hotel. But yeah, it's in a weird hotel. I don't quite understand why.
We did like the basement room, and that bar is awesome.
Yeah, it's very historic. You can tell like they were like slave traders in that basement talking in the 1850s.
It is an ideal dive bar. It's like old and like wooded and like smells like shit.
Interesting. You had time to drink in DC.
No, I didn't.
Oh, you're just at the dive bar marveling at it, but didn't get a beer?
Yeah.
Man, you really let this disease take over your life. My God.
That's what you do when you're sick.
My God.
Are you crazy?
You only get a couple more years left and you can't.
Dude,
drink.
I'm down for the count. And also now I can't with the anti-Bs. But
oh, you actually can't? If there's a reaction to them?
Apparently, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Can't drink on antibiotics.
Wow, I guess I know what I'm going to try to slip you some vodka somehow. Try this, Drago.
So
my elixir.
I had an all-time L with Laura Peak.
You had an L? Oh, I had a feeling I know where this is going. So Laura Peak, good friend, great comic. Drago's opening for her. And what did you do to this woman? I can only imagine.
So this is Thursday night.
Me too, adjacent, I'm sure.
We're hanging out after the show.
Boy.
So Laura was telling me about this one guy that she opens for, where she always has like great sets for him, but like this one weekend she like was not having very good sets. She was like, the first show.
You can't name the person.
I'm not gonna name. I'm just gonna like keep it vague.
Okay.
First show like not great. Second show like even worse. And she's like, yeah. So she was like, during that show, it was just kind of like I was just like standing on stage, just kind of just watching them watch my jokes not do well.
I mean, you're the perfect comic who can relate to this.
And we're sitting and we're sitting there. I'm like, yeah, that's terrible. And I'm like, so you just had to sit there and just really take it on the chest, huh? And she was,
no.
And then I was like, I mean, shit. And she lost it.
She actually got mad?
No, she was laughing. Really
she was
hard.
laughing. Okay.
But man.
Yeah.
Well, if you guys don't know Laura, she's a woman with boobs.
Big boobs. There's no doubt about that. And Drago, he could not bring it up. He could not bring it up. I'm sure you're looking her in the eye when you said it, too.
I was so confident. I was
sure
like, you really took it on the chest, huh?
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
That's tough. That's a tough one.
Brutal.
Okay. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be, so that's not too bad.
No.
How'd you do in DC? You do well on stage?
Yes, thank God.
Oh, you found the energy to perform?
Not
you found
really.
the energy. Did you smile at all on stage?
Not really.
No, good. Okay.
There was
good. I'm glad to hear she suffered as well as I did.
No, the late shows I really I actually went really hard on the late shows. I was like, because there was like 20 people in there or like 30 people some shows, so I was just like, I was getting them going, I was like, I was working hard. I was sweating on one of the shows.
That's great. You didn't break a sweat in Madison, I'll tell you that.
Thursday,
you
Friday,
look like a zombie up there.
I have to reiterate this to you guys. The Saturday shows was that Saturday, whatever the date is, what is that, October 20th?
Yeah, 19th, I think. Yeah.
19th, sickest I've been in 8 years. That was the sickest I've been in 8 years. Like,
I don't know.
whether I did stand up or not.
Except for the 2 times you had a heart attack and went to the ER. I don't understand.
Those were worse.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I could not have done stand up while in the ER.
All I can say is you get this weekend. I'm with someone else. In 2 weeks, we got Cleveland. If you put in the same performance you did in Madison, you might have to find a different place to go the Atlanta weekend.
You are absolutely out of your mind.
I mean, do we live in a meritocracy, folks, or don't we? Do you have to earn your position in our society or not?
It was
he just wanted to give into him because we're friends and we kind of get along sometimes.
Saturday was a kill box, dude. The late show.
Yeah, I mean, you killed the momentum.
Yeah. No, not at all. That's crazy.
It's never good when people are, what's wrong with the opener? Is he feeling okay? He looks terrible. They said he looks terrible.
Oh, I made him stay out till 1 the last 2 nights.
Oh my God. I made him have camaraderie with some friends. You hate to see it. My God.
Geoff has no idea how to take care of the body. That's true.
I take care of my body well. You live hard, you play hard. Yeah. I don't think that's quite the phrase. I think it's work hard, play hard, but yeah.
Yeah. So I was sick as shit. Jeff had no sympathy for me, obviously.
I had some sympathy, but I think you can man up for the 20 minutes on stage. Then you can mope. I think you're allowed to mope, but on stage, you forget about it. Yeah.
I don't know. The Saturday, I don't think the Saturday early went that bad.
I mean, we all have different standards, I guess. Some people judge themselves a little harsher than others.
I went through the clips.
No, you did fine, but it's something to think about in the future. Just don't let it happen again.
You can't just make me stay out that late. That's pretty.
Oh, it's past his bedtime.
Chime in on who you think is right here, guys.
You're my employee. I'm your boss. I can tell you to do whatever I fucking want.
He was making me stay out. So then, turning the heater on. The late one, I really had to go home.
As long as you admit that, that's okay. We can move on from there. I won't bring it up again. I do want to bring up. Did you register to vote?
No.
God, are you serious? Well, you can't now.
Yeah,
I sent it to you.
I'm not
voting.
I
sent him all the documents. And I said, and you're like, "Oh, I'll do it for $75." He couldn't do it.
I'm not waiting in line while I'm sick like this, dude.
What?
I'm not waiting.
The election's not for another week from now.
We don't know how it's gonna go, dude. When I'm in this predicament, dude, I'm just trying to relax, watch movies. You could send me a movie, send me a rec.
Man, I hope that whoever is elected specifically strips away the rights of the Serbian people. I hope they go backwards on everything. They're just like, we're not gonna be mean to Latinos, we're not gonna be mean to women. Everyone who's Serbian, you're a slave now. I hope they say that.
That's fine.
I hope they make you work in the mines. You fucking pig. I was a little sick. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry I couldn't participate in democracy. I had a weird flu-like symptom.
New York's gonna go liberal anyways.
Yeah, there's a lot of referendums, though. There's local stuff. Yeah.
What is one local thing?
See, here's the thing. I still don't know, but there are things. My girlfriend was telling me about it. I don't always listen to every word she says, but there are some referendums on the ballot. I'll look the day before I vote. I'm not going to look now. Yeah.
So
but there is something.
You don't even care that much.
I don't care incredible amounts, but it's such a small thing. There's just no reason not to do it. That's the real thing. I actually don't think it's that important, but it'll take me 10 minutes. Just do it.
No, it won't.
Yeah. The polling place is a block and a half from my house. The lines are not going to be that long. If early voting, the day of, it probably will be.
So I can't register now?
I don't think so. Connor, could you look that up? But I think you may have missed the vote.
You don't have to look that up, Connor.
No, could you please look it up? I don't know. You might have already been registered. There's a lot of things that do it for you automatically. There's a decent chance you're already there.
I really can't believe that's how you felt about the Madison shows, is that you weren't worried about my health. You were just like, those shows sucked.
He wasn't
like, damn, dude, Drago's really Drago's
am I
really
supposed to cry
he's sick up there. Instead he goes, if you do that shit again, you're off the Philly
I'm
weekend.
being facetious. I'm obviously being facetious, but I do think
this is a bad guy.
It is a job, and you do sometimes have to man up at your job.
This is true.
I think on stage you gotta figure it out. I'm not mad about the not hanging, that I'm joking about, but on stage you put a smile on, you tell the people some jokes.
Might be one. I don't know how many people still would have had a better set than me that were local. Come on,
were local. Sure, but I could have imported a comic. There's always someone better.
No,
I could have flown Tim Smith in Learjet night of.
Private
Tim,
jet,
you're getting the call up. Alex is sick. Yeah, sorry.
I don't know. It's also a lot of crowd we're taking from you. So
yeah, okay.
October 26th was the final date.
It was. Isn't there a way to just look up if someone's registered if you type their name in? I'm pretty sure you can do that.
I think so.
I did it for myself, and could you try that? I'd like to see if Alex is registered at all. You might have been like when some government.
He might be registered.
I'm not
because you pay
Illinois.
your taxes. I think your taxes.
My taxes were in Illinois last year,
so there's a chance you're registered in Illinois still.
No,
so I bet you are actually. I actually would be shocked if you're not.
I've never voted.
But there's so many other things that like when you get your driver's license, it usually registers you to vote. It just does it automatic or pay taxes.
How can I vote in New York?
Well, you could probably send an absentee into Illinois, perhaps still. Perhaps. God, you won't do it. You won't. Absentee. God, he'd have
Listen,
to.
dude, you'd
have to walk to a mailbox.
A $75 meal in front of me.
$75 meal. That's
not what. That's what you should be doing anyway.
I should be paying you a $75 meal.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I'm the fucking shit, dude. I want to serve. I want to serve and turf every weekend.
Oh my.
Market price feature.
$75. That was on top of the other regular meal.
Which you didn't get me a meal last week.
Yeah, because you were sick. You wouldn't hang. Well, this was to order it.
Room service, baby.
You want me to order you a meal to your hotel room?
Drago, I heard you're not feeling well, man. Let me send you something. Let me send you some soup.
Let me send you some soup.
Let me send you something, dude. I know you're working hard this week. I'm keeping you out late.
The day I send you a bowl of soup is the day I'm 6 feet buried underground.
I'm keeping you up late into the night. I know I'm fucking stretching you, man. Real sorry about that. I know you're not feeling great, but
if I buy you a meal, you got to be there. I'm not giving you an absentee meal. You won't even do an absentee ballot. I'm not going to give you a meal when I'm not there.
I'm just saying, dude.
Wow.
Alex, I need your date of birth and 5-digit zip for...
His date of birth is December 5th, I believe, right?
I don't know.
Just tell me your date of birth, you fucking piece of shit.
December 1st, 1991.
December 1st, 1991.
5-digit zip of... probably the address your driver's license is registered to.
What is your driver's license? Yeah, you can say it. It's not
you can say the zip, right?
Yeah. Don't just tell me your address. Yeah.
60060.
60060.
Correct.
Let's see the moment of truth. Also, your name's not Alex, right? Isn't it the government name different? Isn't your government name Alexander? So how do you spell that?
You can't spell Alexander?
I thought it was made with a K.
No.
Sometimes they throw a K in there, the Serbians. I actually think that's kind of cool. What's the verdict, Connor? Is he registered to vote? I bet you are. And if you are,
it's, we'd have to bleep it. Now it's asking for street number.
Oh, okay. We'll do this between this one and the Patreon. We'll find out on the Patreon.
Well, you can just bleep it out. I'll give you my street number.
Okay. Yeah.
For
the people.
Street
this is
number
for the people.
And name.
The street number, it's
I like that. That was all bleeped out.
Well, yeah, you can just cut it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's not where you lived in Illinois.
Are
you registered at your parents' suburban home still? Oh my God.
When I renewed my driver's license, they were like, "Do you want to keep the address?"
Well, I still live with mommy and daddy.
When we were at the crib at Sealy in Roscoe Village.
Yeah.
I was paying my rent by Venmo. I was never on the lease.
Oh, okay.
So I when I renewed my driver's license,
he's living off the grid.
I was off the grid for years.
I got the results here.
What does it say, Connor?
It says registration status could not be resolved.
Oh,
which means either not registered or we have improper registration. If you voted in college or did anything in Boston,
I might have voted
elsewhere.
in college.
He might have. Yeah, I bet some girl was like, Drago, let's go vote.
I never voted.
Come on, you pig,
guys! Another W for Drago.
Absolute
folks.
Pig.
It's not a big deal.
$75. Listeners, sound off if you think it's a big deal or not. Here's the thing: I don't think it's a big deal. I think it's embarrassing, though. I think it's embarrassing. It's such a little thing.
It's not.
I hate people who vote and then think that's like going to change the world. They're like, I did my civic duty, but like, you should do it. It's so easy. That's the thing.
I don't. It's just not. You know, the thing that people say.
I hope they're like, everyone named Alex, we have to chop off your dick. I hope Kamala or Trump, that's the first thing they say.
This whole thing about being like, if you're not political, then like you're like supporting fascism. It's like, dude, Trump is just a guy. He's just a guy.
Oh,
he's a guy.
God, an L. I hate defending the Democrats, but you make me do it with your stupidity.
People are so like, it doesn't.
You know, everything's political, right? You know how like things are expensive now? That's political. There's a reason for that. Corporate greed that the politicians could stop. Climate change caused by political things.
Inflation goes up and down. Inflation goes up and down.
For reasons that are political. Yes.
Sure.
Yes. The fact that like roads, there's potholes, that's political.
The
fact that there's traffic, there's political reasons for that.
Traffic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Trash these days.
Trash everywhere. Lack of public transit. There's a lot of everything you do is political.
Dude,
you know that, right? I hate when people say, I'm not political.
I don't
know.
You
live in the fucking world.
I don't think any voting I could possibly do will clean up Bushwick. Nothing. There's not a single thing any of us can do that will fucking change that place.
Again, I don't think voting's that important, but it's so
Maria Hernandez Park will remain a fucking sewer, dude.
If there was more funding, they could probably clean it up. Yeah, a political thing. Yeah.
It'll never be better.
It'll
never get better. Nothing gets better. Also, this whole like you should be the guy that like of anyone that doesn't vote, you should be someone that wouldn't vote because you think the world's ending in 3 years.
But just because your grandma's dying in a week doesn't mean you shouldn't give her a hug and a kiss on the cheek.
What about where's my bowl of soup in the hotel?
I don't care about you though.
Of course, every time
you're not. I'll give money to charity. I'm not giving money to you.
Right?
Never.
I totally get that.
Yeah, I agree.
Understand. Well, I'm not voting, ladies and gentlemen. I think America will go on fine without me.
Yeah. Okay. Here's the thing. I wish more people with your intelligence level wouldn't vote. But unfortunately, most of the people who are as dumb as you think they're smart. At least you know you're dumb. I do respect that.
Thank you.
I do. Thank you. Dude, I'll take that compliment.
It's just not my, it's not my arena.
This is why you'll never have a girlfriend who's interesting. You're going to be, no woman who is interesting would be okay with that. They would be mad if you didn't vote. And no woman with an opinion or who's smart. I've
gotten that question on dates. Did you vote?
What do you say?
No.
What did they say?
Wow, really? I go, yeah, bad guy. Yeah, it's. I know it's wrong.
That's what you say. You say, I know it's wrong, and then how have those dates gone?
Some W, some L's. Some don't care. Like most people, a lot of people pretend to care about this shit.
I agree.
Most people care about themselves, folks.
Wow.
A lot of this stuff is kind of it's in vogue right now. It's a moment.
In vogue.
People are pandering.
Yeah, politics is having a moment right now.
Yeah.
It's called the election we have every 4 years.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. It's all about like it's not like necessarily like white knighting or whatever, but yeah, it's people just it's people. What is it? It is virtue signaling on a minor, on a micro level.
If people who take pictures of them with the I voted sticker, that is lame virtue signaling. I'll admit that. That's stupid. Mm-hmm. People who think they're a hero, that's dumb. But you should just do it. It's just like it would. I can't talk about it anymore. It would take legitimately 15 minutes of your
Connor,
life.
do you have a reason Geoff hasn't said for me to vote?
What do you mean?
Just to see if I can get another bad reason here.
I'm kind of aligned with Geoff. It's more the local politics that is important because that actually can impact your day-to-day living.
Like you could elect someone who's going to make MTA prices higher. That could affect
the tolls. Actually, the party that wins will probably decide if the tolls into Manhattan go up, which would affect Uber prices.
Oh, yeah, because they might make it so you have to pay to drive a car into Manhattan. That would affect getting an Uber home from a date in Soho. That would mean if you go to a date in Lower East Side, costs $20 more. You might think twice about going on a Hinge date where you can meet the love of your life. That's interesting. You could get cock blocked by the government. God, I would love that. I would love that.
Like I guess
I hope whoever is elected raises the price of seltzer by $14. So the women you go on dates with can't get a White Claw.
Is there like a fucking Is there someone? Which party locally do we vote for to make the trains like better, to make them run faster?
Probably a leftist group. Yeah, I mean, locally everything's Democrat. It's just what type of Democrat, basically. New York's pretty much, except for Staten Island, is mostly
Someone was
Democrat.
saying that like America's like on the brink of just becoming like a Democratic state, like California, where it's like they know that it's going to be a Democrat, but they don't. But they just decide between Democrats each year.
America is on the verge of becoming that. How could that?
America's on the verge of becoming
sense.
like a bigger
it's
California.
It's a neck and neck political race. What? That makes no sense.
Just a TikTok I saw.
So you see these TikToks, but you don't try to understand them because that makes no sense. What you just said. How are we on the brink of becoming a uni-party society? It's like the most contested election ever. There's tens of millions of Republicans.
I think I think because the Democrats win the popular vote every year.
They do. The Electoral College is stupid. It's one of the dumbest ideas. I posted my joke about the Electoral College yesterday. I lost 200 or 300 followers for making fun of the Electoral College. I got like dozens of messages from like all these right-wing people. Like, well, it's because we don't want California deciding our fucking political system. Yeah,
I think that's
which is a stupid argument.
Yeah,
because people in Wyoming, if no one lives in Wyoming, they shouldn't have a say. Makes no sense.
Well, if a Democrat does win every year, then does win the popular vote?
No, they don't win it every year. That's a newer thing.
Connor,
can we look up who's won the popular vote? I think
how about the last 5 elections?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure George Bush won the popular vote, and Obama probably did too. I wonder in 2020. I don't know if Trump
I think
or
since
Biden
Obama,
won.
it's been Democrat.
Probably. Well, because Democrats, we're becoming a more racially diverse society, and Democrats win more of that vote. And a lot of young people aren't white now either. So unfortunately, which is dragging our country down. But so Drago, wow.
Yeah, I've got them pulled up here.
What'd you find?
I've got them.
Okay.
So this is from Wikipedia.
Love it.
Going back to 2000. George Bush won. Wait a minute. Let me see. I'm
probably not in 2000, did he?
Wasn't that by like literally 1,000 votes?
Well, 2000, he stole the election. Yeah.
Okay, I was looking at the wrong category here. Sorry about that.
Gore won.
Gore did win.
Bush won but lost the popular vote.
Okay.
Bush in 2004 won the popular vote. Obama won the popular vote twice.
Mm-hmm.
Trump lost the popular vote, which
Okay.
means Hillary won, and then Biden won the popular vote.
Oh, Biden did win the popular vote.
By 4.45%, which is bigger than Obama in his
He won by
re-election.
4%?
Yes.
That's crazy that it was so close then. The Electoral College is such an undemocratic thing.
Well, so that's
Everyone in my comments is like, oh, the founding fathers thought of it. People think the founding fathers are like the smartest men to ever live. And I think I've been trying to write a joke about it for years, that we are smarter than them. They didn't know what germs were.
Yeah.
And we're like, these guys are geniuses. They didn't even know atoms were real.
If we don't go by the Electoral College, then if we just go by the popular vote, then will a Republican ever win again?
Well, they would have to change their policies to be more. Right now, they know that they can still win by honing in on this kind of white nationalist, mostly sexist agenda.
Sure.
But if they actually had to do the popular vote, they would change. They're not idiots.
Right.
They just know that this will work with a very core number. And because of the Electoral College, they can still win. It should be proportional. Because right now, if you get 51% of the vote in Nebraska, you get all the Electoral College in Nebraska, which makes no sense. You should just get half of them in Nebraska then. Does that make sense, Drago?
Not really.
How does that not make sense?
Well, it's like, yeah, you should,
why is it winner take? It's like we're doing like winner take all.
That's just you saying that you should get, if you win 51% of the votes in Nebraska, you should get 51% of the votes. That's what you're saying, right?
Yeah, but that's not the way it is now.
Well, yeah. So what you're saying is that you should just then the popular. Then it should be a popular.
Basically, but you could do proportional electoral. Yeah, but yeah, it should be popular. Like let's say there's 10 electoral votes in Nebraska. If you win 60% of the vote, you get 6 of those 10. The other party gets 4 or something. It would be so easy to do. They could easily do this. Make it like every state gets 50 or what, I don't know, how proportional to population. It would take someone an hour to figure out a better system.
I think Republicans would hate that.
Yeah, because they would lose. That's also why Puerto Rico isn't a state. Yeah.
Damn.
Of course it is. That's 100% why. They're not stupid.
The floating pile of garbage.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You saw that, Drago? What'd you think? I'd like to see your take. I wonder, because you actually are more nihilistic than me. It's coming out.
I don't believe in anything.
Yeah. I actually have like more pragmatic nihilism. You are just like, nothing matters. Who gives a shit? I want to fuck.
I only believe.
That's kind of
I believe in pussy and the Celtics.
And being a bummer on the road. That's all. Nothing Drago believes in more than pussy, the Boston Celtics, and leaving a party that's about to get fun. Nothing you love to do more than leave a gathering of friends early. He loves it. He goes crazy. Oh, we're having fun? Gotta go.
That is just simply not true.
Sorry.
Dude. I drink
You're one
with
of
the best of them. I can go out, but when I'm sick, I'm a little bit of a lightweight.
You are.
I'm a little bit.
You don't drink anymore. I'm not saying it's good to not drink. You don't really pile them on anymore. It used to be a lot more fun. I'll say that.
That's not true. That's not true.
You rarely do. You do only when you're on the prowl for women, which you don't do around me. When you're out with Zelnick, you're prowling the Lower East Side
have had some
for some women who just graduated from NYU. When you're prowling, maybe they're going to Fordham as a grad student or something.
We don't discriminate.
Yeah, you don't discriminate. No, age is nothing but a number.
Yeah. But
he could have voted when he was 18, but he'll fuck an 18-year-old.
Jeff's not exactly the wingman that we.
I would do well after my shows. I could convince any of my fans to have sex with you. In fact, one of them wanted to after a show, and you said no.
Yeah, but
because she was.
Do you think
black.
that was because of your set?
Yeah, she came to the show.
Well, I know she came because of your set.
Yeah. Do you think she wouldn't have ever met you if not for my comedy?
If I bombed, she wouldn't have fucked me.
Women, you're tall. They don't really care.
Okay.
Do you think they're going at you for your personality?
Love a girl watching Geoff and being like, okay, that was funny. Now I'll fuck the tall guy.
I guess I'll fuck the opener. If Geoff thinks he's funny, he must be hot.
That guy made me laugh. That guy's tall.
This woman was as tall as you too. She was pretty not quite. She's probably 6'3". Could have been a beautiful.
She was not 6'3".
She was taller than me, and I'm 6 foot.
She's probably 6'1". Maybe.
6'1". Okay, she was a tall woman.
I don't think she was that. Maybe.
He said no, folks. He said no. Was it racial or was it sickness? Maybe a little of both. We'll never know fully.
We'll never know.
We'll never know.
I just go by vibes.
Yeah, he goes by vibes, and the vibes were a little too dark for him, perhaps.
It was a gloomy night.
Yeah, it was a gloomy night. Incredible.
Come on, man. Give the people what they want.
What?
Your Hinchcliffe scoop.
Well, if you don't know, folks, if you've been living under a rock, Tony Hinchcliffe performed at the Republican. I don't know what it was. They did a rally at Madison Square Garden. I guess the second sold out Nazi rally at the Garden. And remember that was a reference to what you brought up.
Yeah, I knew that.
Oh, okay. He just didn't laugh. Okay. That's the worst thing is when I say riff, he's like, I understood. It just wasn't funny.
Yeah.
Nothing worse than that. Nothing worse
Apologies.
than that. No, it's fine. But did you see the set? Or at least I saw like the 5 minute. I don't know how long the set actually was.
I didn't see. I saw maybe a few of the jokes, but the one that got played over and over was the Puerto Rico.
The Puerto Rico one. He said like a black guy is like, oh yeah, we were slicing watermelons last night, which is I don't even want to go into the jokes. It's just so lame to perform at a presidential rally.
Yeah.
It's so embarrassing as an artist. I think if you performed at a Kamala rally, you're lame too. I think a little less so, but you're pretty lame.
Quick side note. What do you think about like Yola Tango playing for like Kamala Harris?
I think that's lame. I think for musicians and other artists, it's not as bad. Music isn't meant to be as rebellious. I'm sorry. It's just not. Comedy is supposed to be. It's just you. You're like kind of like the jester poking fun at the king.
You make fun of stuff. Yeah.
You're supposed to make fun of the people in power, not fucking shake their hand and take a check from them. That's fucking embarrassing. It's embarrassing. George Carlin would have never done that.
So
Richard Pryor would have
just
never
to be clear,
done that.
Music's a little.
I think music is a little different. I think music's just to have a good time.
Right.
I still think I don't know if I would do it if I was in a band. But I think it's different.
Like Big Thief broke up, or not broke up, but their bassist left because he's pro-Israel, and they were adamant.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, I love that.
What a loser! Rumblings are they might have kicked him out.
I love that. Good help. Fuck him.
But
there we go. Wow, Big Thief. That's cool.
One of the good ones.
There we go.
Anyways, keep going.
I think art. You should be making fun of the people in power. It's lame to like all these. We're not gonna name names, but these comics having JD Vance and Trump on and just like fawning over him. It's so embarrassing.
Yeah.
They're like, we're not gonna name names, but you can look it up. There's one where they're just like, oh, it's so cool you got shot. Yeah. They were like practically like coming in their pants, asking questions. It's just like, at what point are you a rebel for interviewing the most powerful people on the planet?
Yeah.
You can't be like, I'm off the mainstream, I'm a rebel, and then shake hands with the guy who had the nuclear codes 4 years ago. Like, are you really punk rock anymore? Or are you just a stooge, just like a CNN anchor?
Well, because you're just a loser, he doesn't need the money, right?
Who?
Like Hinchcliffe?
I mean, he doesn't need it, but everyone wants more. But I don't think the money. I don't know what he got. I don't even know if you're allowed to pay people to speak at those. There might be like some law. I don't actually know exactly, but I don't think that was more. He just wants attention. He's a clout chasing egomaniac. Yeah. It's so lame.
What about
if he would have gone there and made fun of the Republicans? That would have been badass. I would have really respected that. Like there's a video of Don Rickles making fun of Reagan years ago at like a dinner. That was very fun. Well, but the fact that he just went in and just said they're bad jokes too.
I think this is interesting to propose. You're like a hardcore Bernie bro.
Yes.
If he asked you to perform, you think you would say no to that?
He's not in one of the two major parties. First of all, he's an independent. And he does stump for Democrats, but he is an independent officially. But he's not running for president. So, yeah. You saying if he was running for president?
If he was running for president, like he was in 2020 or something like that?
Well, he never made it past the primary, but yeah.
Yeah, but
if he had,
I feel like you would get bricked up to perform for Bernie Sanders.
Maybe.
I'm just trying to play devil's advocate here, folks.
I'd have to think about it. I don't know. But Bernie is also a good person. So I would argue he's different. But
that's the thing.
He's not a racist. He's not like a racist xenophobe. But
I know, but
I think Kamala is evil.
Trying to go by your
Trump is evil.
your logic here. You know, so a guy like
he's not a rich oligarch, at least as far as politicians go. He's fairly poor compared to the other ones. He's not an egomaniac. I think that's a little different. I still don't know if I would do it though. I don't know.
It would be.
I would have to make fun of him. If I did, I would have to make fun of him too.
I think you would
make a Jew joke or something. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you can't.
I think if he would have made fun of Trump and them, that would have been fine. But he didn't do that. He kind of just followed their racist logic. It was just lame. And it was bad comedy.
That's probably the first time he's not roasted anyone in the room. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he's doing that. He's up there performing.
Well, because he knows that you don't bite the hand that feeds you. He never roasts Joe Rogan. Right. On Kill Tony, he never makes fun of Joe Rogan. He's not making fun of Tim Dillon. They don't make fun of each other because they're kind of cowards. They just make fun of people who are below them. It's all punching down. And that's why their comedy largely sucks. Okay. They just make fun of those lesser than them.
Oh, let's shout out Tim Smith's story.
Oh yeah, our friend Tim Smith went viral with a story. You know, I'll just let me find the exact. He told me this story years ago. But
we'll tell you on the Patreon the details.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll read. I'll just read the actual tweet he had, but there is more to the story that he had said on a previous. He told me previously. I got to find this quick, folks. You know we can't do this alone. Bills mount up. Biden's economy, it's not going great, but thank God we're sponsored by Ounce of Hope Dispensary, the aquaponic dispensary located in Memphis, Tennessee. Some of the best flower edibles, THC seltzers on the planet, folks. Their weed is so good. I smoked it a couple nights ago in Spokane, Washington, and I had a good time. It's the first time anyone's had a good time in Spokane without fentanyl in almost 25 years. That's how powerful and good Ounce of Hope weed is. What about you, Drago?
You guys know I've been sick the past couple of weeks, but along with my antibiotics, I have been token up a little bit of the Ounce of Hope, and I'm feeling better and better incrementally, only thanks to these guys. So.
If you would have smoked some weed on that Saturday Late Show, the audience might have had a good time, folks. That's how good their weed is. Use the promo code ASMUS, ASMUS, on orders of $50 or more. You get a free pre-roll, folks. Ounce of Hope Dispensary. Support them. And we're back. Oh, yeah. So Tim Smith posted, I opened for Tony Hinchcliffe about 5 years ago. And before the show, the booker of the club, Zanies in Chicago, walked into the green room, looked at Tony and asked point blank, you going to be funny this time? Tony got incredibly mad, then walked on stage and bombed horribly. I love that story.
Is awesome.
The thing about Tony Hinchcliffe, you will never hear a positive story about him. Yeah. I have never heard a single person say a good thing about him.
Yeah.
Every comic has a story of him being a fucking asshole or bombing, or he's just an egomaniacal loser.
I texted Tim, I was like, was he actually bombing? He's like, start to finish.
Start to finish. And the other part, I'm just going to tell it, I can't wait, but he wore Joker pants, Joker shoes, and a Joker belt. Tony Hinchcliffe did, because he thought he wanted to get cast as the Joker.
Right.
Because if you're obsessed with the Joker, you are a loser.
Right.
I think that's a demographic of people that I mostly hate. Sure. Anyone who thinks the Joker is the greatest thing of all time is a loser.
Yeah, I don't even know what the message
It's like a weird like nihilism, let it all burn. If they don't get it, fuck them all.
Right.
I'm a misunderstood genius kind of thing. That's kind of what it is. But so he was wearing all the Joker stuff, and he's from Illinois. He's from Chicago, Tony Hinchcliffe.
I didn't know that.
He's from like one of the suburbs. I can't remember which one.
Go,
Oak Park,
dude.
I'm possibly.
It's goated.
And he was doing jokes about how he was a badass in high school. And then some woman in the crowd was like, "No, you weren't." And he's like, "What?" And she's like, "Oh, it's Amber or whatever." And he's like, "Oh, fuck." And it's clear that they went to high school together. And Tim was like, he just crumbled the rest of the set because it was clear he had been lying about the whole thing. So he like couldn't handle like the reality looking at him.
Jesus.
It's just so funny. Just an amazing
Damn,
thing.
you're gonna be funny this time.
Yeah, you're gonna be funny this time. That's tough.
Honestly, that club booker was always cool to me. Great, but I didn't know that he was that much.
I didn't know
of a
he
dog.
had that dog in him.
That is awesome.
That's an amazing. And apparently they got in a huge argument in the green room before the show. That's what Tim said.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, that's amazing. So good.
Yeah, that booker was kind of like the good and the bad. Is like he was like kind of old school with how he did.
He was
stuff.
like, if you were supposed to be there at 8 o'clock, if you showed up 8:01, you were off the show.
Off the show.
Which the more I do comedy, I respect it more. Actually, I can't stand people who are late to shows.
Yeah,
can't stand that. I heard a friend of ours was hosting in Madison, and they were late to a couple shows. I texted him. I was like, "You fucked up so bad.
Can't do that.
You cannot be late to a show. I'm sorry. There's no excuse for it.
Especially,
it's a job. You shouldn't be late, and you shouldn't be favoring a sickness on stage. You shouldn't be pretending to have a cough on stage. What do you do? How did you two meet?
I've never heard that sentence before. Favoring a sickness.
Yeah, that wasn't the best word I could have chosen. I kind of lost my wording there.
You shouldn't be favoring.
It's like favoring your knee or something.
I know.
It wasn't.
It's a funny way to put it.
It was kind of, but it wasn't how I meant to say it.
I gotcha.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, but yeah, it was. I'm glad that story. That's at like 30K now.
It's going viral. I think there's a lot of people sharing stories about him. Yeah. I mean, this is ruining our career by doing this, but a lot of people. I posted a thing about it too. I got a lot of messages. I haven't been called a faggot that much since high school. I'll tell you that much. I'm only saying it because I did get called it probably 20 times in messages. Everyone's like, "Would your girlfriend post this, you gay little bitch?" Yeah. All this. People like worship these guys in Austin.
That's the thing.
Because they like say what shouldn't be said. It's like, well, maybe it shouldn't be said.
Yeah.
At some point, it's like, are they? The thing about this all is like Rogan having Trump on, Tony doing this thing. The mask is off with Austin comedy. Before it was like, oh, they say wild shit, but they make fun of everyone. Now it's like, no. They're just like Trump shills.
Yeah.
The mask is off. It used to be, you can maybe be like, no, they're libertarian, maybe or something.
I think that city as a whole is like, again, like a lot of not just closeted Trump people. I think that's what.
Of course, that's why they moved there, because they can say whatever they want.
Like even like you could even tell at your shows, like there's some people there that were a little bit more red than they let on.
I don't really care if you're a Republican or not. That's not what I hate. I hate just people that can't. They're unimaginative. They're just bad at comedy. Like those jokes he told were just like racial stereotypes. It was just like lame. He was like, the Jews, money. Yeah. You know, it's just like if they're talking about black people, they're going to mention fried chicken or a big penis somehow. Yeah. They're just like not smart. That's why their comedy sucks. They're stupid.
He did have a good roast in the Tom Brady roast.
He also had 12 writers, and roast jokes are the easiest type of comedy.
Right. He is a good, I mean, like he does a good job roasting most of the time.
Yes, but we literally know people who wrote the jokes for him. But yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, of course they have everyone on those roasts has 12 writers they're paying to do it. And roast jokes are easy. Oh, you can say whatever you want. Great. It's not hard. The context is you can say whatever you want. It's not that difficult to kill.
Roast jokes do have like
how are you going to call them a pedophile, gay, or say something racist in a sentence or two? Right. I don't think they're not funny, but it is the lowest form of comedy. It's maybe above physical impressions.
It's pretty formulaic.
It's very formulaic. Yeah, that's why Kill Tony is largely it's shallow comedy. It's just, you're fat. Would you roll here? You're Indian? Would you run on top of a train? to get here. It's just like those are lines I've heard them say actually.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Did you, so before this, you would have paneled on Kill Tony?
I would still do it. I think I'd make fun of them. You can do these things. You just have to mock the people who you don't. You can perform in front of Trump if you make fun of Trump.
Mhm.
That's the context.
Yeah.
You can't just like be like, I love the Republican Party. Yeah. That's embarrassing. You're no longer a rebel. You can't be like a fucking maverick and you're stumping in Madison Square Garden for the guy who's neck and neck to be president of the world.
I think
you're not a rebel anymore.
Republicans now think that they're like punk rock.
Exactly. And I think they said that in the Joe Rogan interview, which is like, that's how they brand them. But it's like, you're not. They're just as establishment as the Democrats.
Yeah,
they both suck.
They think that they're like they're like keeping I don't know. They're
like protecting free speech, but they're not. Yeah, it's weird. I hate free speech comics because they don't actually mean it. That's what sucks.
They get mad.
They get mad if you protest for Palestine or something, or they get mad about shit all the time. If you have a trans model for Bud Light, they don't believe in free speech. They don't. They shot a can of Bud Light. They were shooting barrels of Bud Light, kegs of it.
God, Kid Rock.
Kid Rock started his own beer company.
Great bar in Nashville, Kid.
Yeah, was that I saw that video of you throwing money, or our friend Zach throwing money. Was that there?
Yeah.
Wow, that's so funny.
Sick.
Throwing money off the top balcony into the plebeians below. That was a pretty funny video.
It was outrageous.
I don't laugh often at the things you post, but that was good.
That is fair.
What do we want to? Let's end on a couple questions. I do have some more things I want to talk about with that, but we don't want to make the whole episode that. We'll leave the juicier ones for the Patreon, honestly.
Okay, let's do this here. Do you have any irrational? This is from D Sled. Do you have any irrational phobias?
Irrational phobias. Okay, I can think of. Do you have one ready? You read the question, had nothing ready. Okay,
nothing crazy.
Why did you read a question if you didn't think about it?
I do have a fear of getting sick, and I get sick a lot.
Okay, well, that's a very rational fear to get sick. That's one of the main fears in life, I would argue. Yeah, I have a fear of getting cancer. Kind of crazy, I know. Only I don't want to get cancer.
It's an irrational fear.
But that's rational to want to not get sick.
Yeah, but
irrational is like thinking a spider is going to eat you.
Cancer at a certain age is it is rare for people our age to get it.
We know someone who just died from it literally 2 weeks ago.
Right, but it is but it is.
I actually know a lot of people our age getting cancer. I know at least 2 Chicago comics have died of cancer in the last year.
Yeah, but we talk about rational fears, though. Is it rational?
I think it's very rational. I guess we're quibbling. I mean, irrational fear of mine. You know that thing under your... God, I can't even talk about it. It makes me so uncomfortable. That little flap under your tongue that holds your... What's that called? The frenulum or whatever? I have such a fear of it getting like cut or ripped or something. Even saying it makes me uncomfortable. I can't even think of it. It makes my skin crawl thinking about it.
I think
I have a fear of a knife going and cutting it. Oh, God.
Dude, I thought that my fear of flying.
Velcro.
Actually,
I'm afraid of Velcro. I hate Velcro. It gives me a headache.
What?
Velcro makes me have a terrible headache. I could never wear Velcro shoes as a kid. Even thinking about it, I have a headache thinking about Velcro. Oh, I hate it. Velcro? The ripping makes me see. That's an irrational fear. You going, what? I'm scared of getting sick.
I hate getting sick. I hate it.
Do you have an irrational fear, actually?
Dude, when I was taking the bus to DC, those bridges were some long trips.
What do you mean? Just a bridge or a tunnel or just a bridge?
Bridge is really. I found myself more than ever. I'm afraid going over those bridges.
I mean, you're going through Baltimore where that one bridge was. Yeah.
So the bridges, I'm a little. But I don't think it's like a heights thing. I think structurally.
Would you not walk across the Brooklyn Bridge? You wouldn't find that to be a relaxing walk. You'd be kind of on edge the whole time.
Wouldn't love it. No.
Yeah. Okay. I think that's probably a heights thing or structural.
But I guess integrity. I do take. Doesn't the M isn't that part of the bridge?
I mean, all the trains go across a bridge or a tunnel. Yeah. The M and the J go across the bridge.
M every day.
Do you not know the M goes across a bridge? You are in the open seeing it every time you use it.
Well, I just figured it out. I just fucking nailed it.
What's all this water I'm over?
I just nailed it.
I guess we're on a bridge.
Yeah, crushed it.
I guess I went from an island to an island. Must have had a bridge between.
Which I just knocked out of the park.
He did knock that out of the park. Manhattan,
But I
need a
don't think
bridge.
phobias. I used to like have like phobias that people were going to break into our house when I was younger, for sure.
Okay, another fairly rational one, but yeah.
Yeah, I was pretty nervous. About
I do
that
get
stuff.
afraid of that. I used to have a baseball bat in my room as a kid, thinking that I would, as an 8-year-old, would be able to beat them back. 3 mask intruders. Watch out, buddy.
Nah.
3rd place Little League slugger. It's a Louisville slugger. Back off.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
I have a fear that my fingers are crooked, so I try to. It's not a fear, but I try to correct it all the time and crack them.
You're a weird dude, man.
You asked the question. I'm being open, and he's like, "Actually, you're fucked up, man."
Weird guy. So the flap's gonna get cut.
The flaps getting cut. Velcro. I hate Velcro. I hate it.
And you think your finger, dude? My fingers are fucked up. From
I have
basketball.
a toe that's kind of crooked, and my whole life I've been trying to push it straight. I think that I could maybe make it straight.
You can. Is that a bunion?
No, it's just like a slightly off. I don't know, ligament or a bone or I don't know.
Oh.
It's very not noticeable, but I notice it all day. Yeah, I don't like that. Also, what do you call that skin?
Cuticles.
Cuticle. I gotta have my cuticles pulled back every morning. I do it. Gotta have the cuticles pulled back.
I was told I had dry cuticles the other day, but I don't know what that
No,
means.
you have a dry personality.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do, folks.
Yeah.
Especially when I'm on the anti-Bs.
Oh my God. We went 10 minutes without talking about it.
These things happen, guys. It's
I have
part
an
of life.
irrational fear that you'll get well one day and want us something to bitch about on the podcast. What will we talk about if you don't have an excuse for the week?
Guys,
I have a heart attack from the vaccine. Oh my God.
the vaccine got me and it got millions of other people. And the data will come out one day.
I'm shocked you don't vote for If RFK was in, you would have probably found a way to vote.
I mean, I'm not getting a flu shot. Believe that.
You won't get a flu shot? It's totally different.
That's probably an irrational fear then.
That is an irrational fear. The flu shot is entirely safe. People would get them by the millions, tens of millions every year.
After having a legitimate snafu with my booster shot,
but the COVID vaccine was new. The flu shot's been around for decades.
I now have an irrational fear
of any vaccine.
Of any vaccine.
Wait, if you had kids, would you vaccinate them?
Yes.
Okay. So you're willing to, even though you think it's bad, you'd let your kids suffer.
I think like when your kids like you get all the shots when you're like 5 or whatever. I do those.
Oh, okay.
Got to get those.
Okay.
But
it's the same exact science.
But I wouldn't give it a COVID shot.
It's the exact same science, but yeah.
Not a COVID shot.
It's the exact same thing.
Uh-oh.
It's not like a different ball game.
Different stuff.
Okay.
It's different juice.
Okay, it's a different juice. Oh my God. Okay.
There's different juice in there, man.
Yeah. Okay. What are we gonna end on, folks? What are we gonna talk about?
You want me to do another question?
No. Let's save that for the Patreon, folks. I want to talk about. I was in, where was I? Salt Lake City. Mormons.
Mm-hmm.
What do you know about the Mormon faith, Drago?
One of my best friends, Stephen Vandegraff, was a great Mormon.
Mormon?
Northbrook, Illinois. Still Mormon.
Really? Huh.
Still
That's
Mormon.
Lame as hell.
Did
he drink?
Wouldn't drink coffee.
Oh, God.
I confronted him once about this.
About which one? The coffee or the alcohol?
Coffee. Because I didn't
You
care.
confronted him about the coffee?
I was like, "You're not drinking coffee, bro? What's going on?"
What?
But he also was he was cool. He was interesting because like, you know, I felt bad for him. I felt like he was a little bit caged because he was this kind of like he was a very like cool athlete and he was a very interesting guy who like he liked like really good music. Like I remember like he's the guy, he showed me Wilco. When we were like 15. He was like, "This is Wilco. They're awesome."
How could you like me? Does he smoke weed?
Huh?
Can they smoke weed?
No,
I
but I was
don't know.
thinking he was this like insanely cool guy who played guitar, was like the captain of the volleyball team, captain of the soccer team, hyper athletic, really fucking awesome dude. And then 3 days a week he was just going to like Mormon church with his family.
Did he go on the mission trip and try to convert? He went to a mission trip?
A mission thing.
Dang.
And so you're just like, I just felt bad. I was like, this dude's getting fucking fucked by his
It's
his
so
parents.
crazy. They go to like a poor country and instead of helping them, they're just like, "You want to become Mormon? We don't have any food, but we got a new religion."
Yeah,
It's insane.
Yeah. So, but that's pretty much all I know about the Mormons.
Okay. Yeah, they're kind of like white Muslims, kind of.
My first
They're in the
scholarship
desert.
offer from like a big school is Utah.
Okay. Utah, yeah, not as Mormon as
I visited
BYU
there.
for sure.
They had some Mormons going on there, though.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
My shows were all ex-Mormons, and they might be the coolest people on the planet, honestly.
Oh,
Ex-Mormons, people who went there, They know religion, but they got out. I think those are my favorite people on earth. Someone raised Catholic, really Catholic, and then they turned against it when they're like 20. Those are the best people on earth. Because people who were never raised religious, they don't get it. You should have a little religion in your life at some point, at least to know what it is. And then you get out.
Well, I'm not really religious anymore. Am I cool for being like, I went to church every Sunday and now?
That is cool, but you have so many things that aren't cool that unfortunately you're in the negative now.
What?
But you do have that part of you is cool. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Your musical taste mostly sucks.
That's not true. That's like the coolest part about me.
Your lack of drive to overcome life's smallest obstacles.
I get sick, dude.
I get it. I've been sick every day for the last year.
Yeah. No, you weren't. Yeah, but that was just a cough.
No, I had no. I was very sick a couple times.
When we were doing the road,
very tired. I went on a 3-mile run 3 weeks ago and had to stop 4 times because of my fatigue.
That's long COVID.
That is long COVID. It's gone away in the last couple weeks. I've been running a little. I got up to 5 miles.
I'm talking about when we were in Vegas and you had to like.
I was so
was
tired.
That also fatigue?
It was like if I walked up a flight of stairs, my heart would be pounding out of my chest.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah, it was really bad. Yeah. I actually just had to watch a video from Morgantown when I was there a month ago. My voice was gone. You could barely understand what I was saying.
From a month ago?
Yeah. I felt really, it comes in waves. It's like 3 weeks on, 3 weeks off. I'm in the off portion right now, so I got to live it up while I can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's really interesting. I didn't know.
Yeah. I think yours is going to be in waves too. I think we're going to find out we're blood brothers. We're Eskimo brothers, and we're going to be brothers of the same disease as well, I think.
The mother COVID.
Yeah. One day we got to call up that woman, and I want a final verdict. Who is better? Who was a cooler person? Who was better at sex? I'd like to know.
Okay.
I think she's married now, but I think he'll allow it.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
We'll have her FaceTime in.
Yeah. We'll blur out her face, but yeah, we'll tell your social and all that.
A great gal.
Okay, great.
Too hot for you.
Too hot for you. Too hot for you. Anyway, she actually had a personality. I'm surprised you had things to talk about.
I know.
Yeah. Okay.
It was a good time.
Drago is an electric. We're going to the Patreon now, folks. I don't know what we're going to talk about for another hour with this fucking spark plug over here.
I'm nailing it.
He's nailing it. Drago, what do you got to promote coming up?
Guys, you know I'm on the road with Jeffrey.
Yeah, well, if he does well in Cleveland, so don't get your hopes up.
I'm
for the other
bringing
cities.
Absolute heat.
Where are you at?
To
Where
the mid-sized cities. Cleveland.
Yes.
Atlanta.
Yes.
Philadelphia.
Yes. Those are good.
Chicago after that. Zany Chicago.
Come to a Chicago show around Thanksgiving.
November
folks.
27th. Can't miss.
Yes. Where am I going to be also? I'm in Erie, Pennsylvania. Someone told me I should do a show there, and I regret it. I really do regret it. And I've heard it's one of the most boring, sad cities in America. Nonetheless, I will be there. Also, New Orleans, not taking Drago there. I couldn't imagine how much of a bummer you'd be around the joy of New Orleans. Everyone's trying to have fun, and Drago's like, I gotta go home. Could you turn the jazz off? Could you turn the jazz? I have a headache.
I'm sick.
Preservation Hall jazz band. Could you guys cut it out?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. He's not even riffing anymore.
Not going to riff on that because it's not true.
I also have shows in Louisville.
I would crush New Orleans.
Bloomington, Indiana. This is episode 144 of You're an Idiot. 64 episodes N-word free, folks. Only 36 more till we say what Tony Hinchcliffe wishes he could have said in Madison Square Garden, folks. Good night and good luck. Bye.
Good night.
Dude, doesn't that rip?
You're an idiot.
No, you're an idiot.